Johannes Brahms stands as a towering figure in Western classical music, his name uttered alongside Bach, Beethoven and Mozart. His music, a blend of a classical form and romantic expression, continues to resonate with audiences today. Johannes Brahms was a musician's musician, driven by passion and commitment to excellence. His dedication earned him the respect and admiration of his fellow musicians. Johannes Brahms was born on May 7, 1833, in Hamburg, Germany, in a modest apartment. Despite hardships, his home was filled with music, nurturing his early talent. As Johannes grew, his musical abilities blossomed, leading to formal training with Eduard Marxen. He absorbed diverse musical influences from Hamburg's vibrant streets. Johannes excelled in school and was deeply influenced by German Romantic literature. His encounter with Robert Schumann's music ignited his imagination and shaped his future. As a teenager, Johannes balanced formal music study with playing in Hamburg's taverns. These experiences enriched his musicality and informed his compositions. In 1853, Brahms toured with violinist Eduard Remigny, broadening his musical horizons. This journey led to his first major work, the Piano Sonata No. 1 in C major. In 1853, Brahms met Robert and Clara Schumann, a pivotal moment in his career. Robert Schumann's endorsement catapulted Brahms into the spotlight, setting the stage for his future success. The years following his encounter with the Schumanns were a time of both triumph and tragedy for Brahms. He immersed himself in composition, producing successful works like the Piano Trio No. 1 in B major and the German Requiem. His music resonated deeply with audiences, establishing him as a leading figure. However, Brahms' personal life was marred by tragedy. In 1854, Robert Schumann attempted suicide and was committed to an asylum. He remained there until his death in 1856. Clara found solace in her music and her friendship with Brahms. Brahms supported Clara and her children, his admiration for Robert deepening. Despite personal turmoil, Brahms continued to compose, pouring his emotions into his work. His compositions became a testament to his resilience and belief in the power of music. The Schumann's legacy continued to shape Brahms's life and work. He remained a devoted friend to Clara, their relationship a blend of admiration and affection. Brahms dedicated himself to preserving Robert Schumann's music. Through his compositions, Brahms built upon Schumann's foundation, bridging the Romantic era and the 20th century. The death of Robert Schumann in 1856 marked the end of an era for Brahms. He was only 23 years old, yet he had already experienced both the highs of critical acclaim and the depths of personal loss. The loss of his mentor weighed heavily on him, but it also seemed to liberate him artistically. He began to explore new musical territory, expanding his compositional palette. Brahms accepted a position as conductor of the Detmold Court Orchestra, providing him with financial stability. The experience of conducting would later inform his own orchestral compositions. During this period, Brahms also began to gain recognition as a composer of vocal music. His choral works, including the German Requiem, showcased his mastery of large-scale vocal writing. As Brahms entered his 30s, he had established himself as a major force in European music. For over 20 years, Johannes Brahms wrestled with the musical giant, the symphony. The weight of expectation was immense. Beethoven's shadow loomed large, his 9 symphonies considered the pinnacle of the genre. Brahms, ever the perfectionist, hesitated, afraid perhaps of failing to meet the standard set by his idol. He composed, discarded, revised, and agonized, all the while enduring the persistent inquiries from friends and critics alike. When will the symphony come? Finally, in 1876, the world heard Brahms's Symphony No. 1 in C minor. It was a triumph. The work, grand in scope yet deeply personal in its emotional impact, silenced any doubts about Brahms's ability to conquer the symphonic form. The symphony's opening movement, with its brooding intensity and dramatic contrasts, gave way to moments of lyrical beauty and soaring grandeur. The finale, a triumphant burst of C major, felt like a hard-won victory after a long and arduous journey. Brahms went on to compose 3 more symphonies, each a masterpiece in its own right. The second symphony, in D major, offered a brighter, more pastoral soundscape, while the third, in F major, combined lyrical beauty with a sense of tragic grandeur. The Fourth Symphony in E minor stands as perhaps his most profound symphonic achievement, a work of dark beauty and philosophical weight. Its final movement, a haunting passacaglia that seems to contemplate the mysteries of life and death. These four symphonies, along with his two serenades, cemented Brahms's reputation as one of the greatest symphonists of the Romantic era. They are works of immense power and emotional depth, combining classical form with a romantic sensibility, their melodies etched into the hearts of music lovers worldwide. Brahms's symphonies are not merely musical compositions, they are sonic tapestries woven from the threads of his life, his loves, his losses, and his unwavering faith in the transformative power of music. While Brahms's symphonies stand as monuments to his mastery of large-scale orchestral writing, it is perhaps in the intimate realm of chamber music that his genius shines most brightly. Brahms approached chamber music with a profound understanding of its unique demands, crafting works that balanced individual virtuosity with a seamless sense of ensemble unity. His chamber works are characterized by their intricate interplay of melodic lines, their rich harmonic language, and their profound emotional depth. Brahms's chamber output is vast and varied, encompassing trios, quartets, quintets, and sextets for various combinations of instruments. Among his most celebrated works are the three violin sonatas, each a masterpiece of romantic lyricism and virtuosic display. The clarinet quintet, written towards the end of his life, stands as a testament to Brahms's enduring creativity, its haunting melodies and autumnal beauty reflecting a lifetime of musical exploration. The piano quartets and quintets occupy a special place in Brahms's chamber output. These works, often characterized by their dramatic intensity and emotional weight, showcase Brahms's mastery of counterpoint and his ability to create works of symphonic scope within the confines of the chamber music idiom. The piano quintet in F minor, opus 34, is a prime example. Its opening movement a storm of romantic passion, its slow movement a heart-wrenching elegy. Brahms's chamber music is not for the faint of heart. It demands both technical proficiency and emotional maturity from its performers, rewarding them with a glimpse into the composer's soul. These works, with their intricate textures, their shifting moods, and their profound emotional depth, offer a lifetime of musical discovery, revealing new layers of meaning with each subsequent hearing. Brahms's chamber music is a testament to the enduring power of music to connect us, to console us, and to remind us of the beauty and fragility of the human experience. Brahms's relationship with the piano was deeply personal. It was the instrument of his childhood, the instrument on which he first explored the world of music. Throughout his life, the piano remained his constant companion, a source of both solace and inspiration. His piano works, spanning his entire career, reflect this intimate bond, revealing a composer equally at home in moments of introspective lyricism and virtuosic display. Brahms's early piano works, such as the three piano sonatas and the variations on themes by Schumann and Handel, showcase his burgeoning compositional skills and his deep admiration for the Romantic tradition. These works are characterized by their dramatic contrasts, their soaring melodies, and their complex harmonic language. As Brahms matured, his piano writing evolved, becoming more introspective, more concerned with exploring the expressive potential of the instrument itself. The two piano concertos stand as cornerstones of Brahms's piano repertoire. The first concerto in D minor is a work of youthful passion and virtuosity, its opening movement a stormy dialogue between the soloist and the orchestra. The second concerto in B-flat major, composed over 20 years later, is a work of greater maturity and serenity, its four movements encompassing a wide range of emotions from the majestic to the deeply personal. In his later years, Brahms turned increasingly to smaller-scale piano pieces, composing a wealth of intermezzi, rhapsodies, and character pieces that reveal his mastery of nuance and his ability to evoke a world of emotions in the space of a few short minutes. These works, often imbued with a sense of melancholy and introspection, offer a glimpse into the composer's inner world, revealing a complex and sensitive soul grappling with the joys and sorrows of life. Vocal masterpieces, songs of the soul. Brahms's vocal music, encompassing lieder, choral works, and vocal chamber music, occupies a special place in his output. His deep love for the human voice, combined with his gift for setting text to music, resulted in a body of work that ranks among the finest vocal music of the Romantic era. Brahms's vocal works are characterized by their melodic beauty, their emotional depth, and their sensitivity to the nuances of language and poetic expression. Brahms's lieder or art songs are miniature masterpieces, each one a world unto itself. Drawing inspiration from the poetry of Goethe, Heine, Marika, and other German Romantic poets, Brahms crafted songs that captured the essence of the text, his melodies flowing seamlessly with the rhythm and imagery of the words. From the passionate outpouring of Von ewige Liebe, of eternal love, to the gentle melancholy of Wiegenlied, lullaby, Brahms's lieder traverse a vast emotional landscape. Brahms's choral works, both sacred and secular, showcase his mastery of large-scale vocal writing. The German Requiem, a monumental work for chorus, soloists, and orchestra, stands as one of his most profound achievements, a moving meditation on life, death, and the power of faith. The Alto Rhapsody, scored for alto soloist, male chorus, and orchestra, is another masterpiece. Its dark beauty and emotional intensity reflecting the text's themes of love, loss, and redemption. Brahms's vocal chamber music, such as the Liebeslieder waltzes and the Neue Liebeslieder waltzes, blends the intimacy of chamber music with the expressive power of the human voice. These works, often light-hearted and charming, offer a glimpse into Brahms's more playful side, while still showcasing his mastery of vocal writing and his deep understanding of human emotions. The legacy of a perfectionist. Johannes Brahms, the master craftsman of the Romantic era, left behind a legacy as formidable as his personality. His meticulous approach to composition, his relentless pursuit of perfection, resulted in a body of work that stands as a testament to his unwavering commitment to his art. Brahms was not content to simply write beautiful melodies. He sought to imbue his music with intellectual rigor, emotional depth, and a timeless quality that transcended the fleeting trends of his time. Brahms's impact on subsequent generations of composers is immeasurable. He bridged the gap between the Romantic era and the 20th century, influencing composers as diverse as Richard Strauss, Gustav Mahler, and Arnold Schoenberg. His emphasis on classical form and structure, combined with his romantic sensibility, provided a model for composers seeking to balance tradition with innovation. But Brahms's legacy extends far beyond the realm of academic music. His melodies have found their way into the popular consciousness, appearing in films, television shows, and countless other forms of media. His lullaby, Wiegenlied, is known and loved by millions around the world, a testament to the universal appeal of his music. Brahms's music continues to resonate with audiences today because it speaks to something deep within the human spirit. His works are not simply beautiful, they are honest, unflinching explorations of the full range of human emotions. In his music, we hear echoes of our own joys and sorrows, our own hopes and fears. We are drawn to his honesty, his integrity, and his unwavering belief in the power of music to elevate and inspire. Brahms and the Romantic movement. Johannes Brahms, though often categorized as a Romantic composer, held a complex relationship with Romanticism. He revered the giants of the movement, particularly Beethoven and Schumann, and his music often reflects the emotional intensity and expressive freedom associated with Romanticism. However, Brahms's deep respect for classical form and structure, his meticulous approach to composition, and his aversion to overt sentimentality set him apart from some of his more flamboyant Romantic contemporaries. Brahms's music often embodies a struggle between passion and restraint, between the urge to express raw emotion and the desire to contain it within the bounds of classical form. This tension, this push and pull between opposing forces, gives his music a unique power and intensity. His melodies, while often imbued with Romantic lyricism, are never saccharine. His harmonies, while rich and complex, are always grounded in a strong sense of tonal clarity. Unlike some Romantic composers who embrace program music, using music to tell specific stories or evoke extra musical ideas, Brahms remained a staunch advocate for absolute music. He believed that music could be profoundly moving and meaningful without relying on external narratives. His works, though often imbued with personal emotion, are ultimately abstract expressions of universal human experiences. Brahms's relationship with the Romantic movement was one of both embrace and resistance. He drew inspiration from its emotional intensity and expressive freedom, but he also sought to temper those elements with his own sense of restraint, discipline, and respect for tradition. In doing so, he created a unique musical voice, one that honored the past while forging a path for the future. A bridge between eras. Johannes Brahms stood at a crossroads in musical history. He was born in the twilight of the classical era, a time when composers like Haydn, Mozart, and Beethoven had perfected the forms and structures that had defined Western music for centuries. Yet he came of age during the Romantic era, a time of unprecedented emotional expression when composers sought to break free from the constraints of tradition and explore new sonic landscapes. Brahms, with his deep respect for the past and his keen awareness of the present, became a bridge between these two seemingly disparate worlds. He embraced the formal rigor and structural clarity of the classical era, but he infused those elements with the emotional depth, harmonic richness, and expressive freedom of the Romantic era. His symphonies, for example, while adhering to the traditional four-movement structure, often incorporate elements of romantic harmony, orchestration, and emotional intensity. His chamber music, while grounded in classical forms such as the sonata and the fugue, often explores a wider range of emotions and textures than was typical of the classical era. Brahms's ability to synthesize these seemingly disparate elements to create a musical language that was both familiar and new, both comforting and challenging, is a testament to his genius. He was not content to simply imitate the past or to blindly embrace the present. He sought to forge his own path, to create music that was both rooted in tradition and relevant to his time. Enduring inspiration. More than a century after his death, Johannes Brahms remains a towering figure in the world of music. His works continue to be performed and recorded by the world's leading orchestras, ensembles, and soloists, captivating audiences with their beauty, their power, and their enduring emotional resonance. Brahms's music transcends cultural and linguistic barriers, speaking to something deep within the human spirit. What is it about Brahms's music that continues to speak to us so powerfully? Perhaps it is his honesty, his willingness to confront the full range of human emotions in his music, from the heights of joy to the depths of despair. Perhaps it is his mastery of form and structure, his ability to create works of immense complexity and sophistication that are nonetheless accessible and deeply moving. Or perhaps it is his unwavering belief in the power of music to elevate the human spirit, to provide solace in times of sorrow, and to inspire us to strive for something greater than ourselves. Whatever the reason, there is no denying the enduring power of Brahms's music. His works continue to challenge, to console, and to inspire generations of musicians and music lovers alike. In a world often characterized by fleeting trends and superficiality, Brahms's music reminds us of the enduring power of beauty, truth, and the human spirit. His legacy is not simply a collection of masterpieces. It is a testament to the transformative power of music and its ability to connect us across time and space. The gruff exterior and the tender heart. Johannes Brahms was a man of contradictions, a fact often reflected in his music. Known for his gruff exterior, Brahms was a creature of habit and a confirmed bachelor. He could be brutally honest in his criticism, often alienating those around him. Yet beneath this gruff facade beat a heart of surprising tenderness. A young musician nervously presented his composition to Brahms. Brahms subjected the piece to a withering critique. Seeing the young man's distress, Brahms placed a hand on his shoulder. "Don't be discouraged. You have talent," he said gently. This blend of harsh criticism and genuine encouragement was typical of Brahms. He demanded the best from himself and others, driven by a deep love for music. Behind the formidable exterior lay a man who loved nature, children, and simple pleasures. A lifelong friendship, Brahms and Clara Schumann. No relationship had a more profound impact on Brahms's life than his friendship with Clara Schumann, the wife of his mentor and friend, Robert Schumann. Their bond, forged in the crucible of Robert's illness and death, evolved into a complex and enduring friendship. It was marked by mutual admiration, artistic kinship, and unspoken affection. Clara, a gifted pianist and composer, was a staunch advocate for her husband's music and a discerning critic of Brahms's work. Their letters offer a fascinating glimpse into their evolving relationship. Brahms revered Clara's musical judgment and often sought her approval before releasing his works. The nature of their relationship has been the subject of much speculation. Some believe Brahms harbored romantic feelings for Clara, while others argue their bond was one of deep friendship and artistic kinship. Whatever the true nature, Clara Schumann had a profound impact on Brahms's life and work. Their relationship stands as a testament to the enduring power of human connection and artistic inspiration. The reluctant celebrity. As Brahms's fame grew, so too did the demands on his time and energy. He received countless invitations to conduct, to perform, to lecture, to socialize with the elite of European society. Yet Brahms remained at heart a private man who cherished his solitude and his simple way of life. He was a reluctant celebrity, uncomfortable with the trappings of fame and the expectations that came with it. He preferred the company of close friends to the adulation of strangers. He found solace in nature, often escaping the hustle and bustle of Vienna for long walks in the countryside. He was notoriously uncomfortable with public speaking, often mumbling his way through lectures and speeches, and he had a particular aversion to having his photograph taken, believing that it was the music, not the man, that truly mattered. On one occasion, Brahms was invited to a grand dinner party hosted by a wealthy patron of the arts. The guest list was a who's who of Viennese society, and the atmosphere was one of opulent extravagance. Brahms, dressed in his usual simple attire, felt out of place amidst the glittering gowns and formal attire. As the evening wore on, he found himself increasingly irritated by the shallow conversation and the endless parade of self-importance. Finally, unable to bear it any longer, Brahms rose from his seat and announced, "If there is no one here who objects to a good cigar, I propose we adjourn to the garden." With that, he strode out of the dining room, leaving his fellow guests speechless. For Brahms, a quiet evening under the stars with a few close friends was far more appealing than the forced conviviality of high society. Simple joys and quiet generosity. Despite his growing fame and fortune, Brahms remained a man of simple tastes and quiet generosity. He lived modestly, shunning extravagance and material possessions. He was known for his generosity to struggling artists, often donating large sums of money anonymously to support their work. And he took great pleasure in the simple things in life: a walk in the woods, a good meal with friends, a quiet evening spent reading or listening to music. Brahms was a creature of habit, his daily routine as predictable as a metronome. He would rise early, compose for several hours, take a long walk, have a simple lunch, and then spend the afternoon reading, writing letters, or visiting friends. He was a familiar sight on the streets of Vienna, his stocky figure clad in his trademark black suit and wide-brimmed hat, his beard flowing like a silver waterfall. One story illustrates Brahms's unassuming nature and his generosity of spirit. One rainy afternoon, as Brahms was walking home from a rehearsal, he came across a young street musician playing violin. The young man, poorly dressed and shivering in the cold, was playing with great passion, but little skill. Brahms stopped to listen, his face a mask of concentration. When the young man finished playing, Brahms approached him and, without a word, took the violin from his hands. He then proceeded to play the piece the young man had been attempting, his own performance filled with warmth and technical brilliance. The crowd that had gathered listened in rapt attention, their faces a mixture of awe and delight. When he had finished playing, Brahms handed the violin back to the young man, along with a substantial sum of money. "Keep practicing, my boy," he said, a twinkle in his eye. "You have a gift." With that, he turned and walked away, leaving the young musician speechless with gratitude. Echoes of Brahms, a legacy of humanity. Johannes Brahms may have been a man of contradictions, but it was precisely this complexity that made him such a compelling figure. He was a gruff exterior harboring a tender heart, a reluctant celebrity who craved solitude, a demanding artist who never lost sight of the human element in music. His personal anecdotes, often humorous, often poignant, offer a glimpse into the man behind the music, revealing a soul as rich and multifaceted as his compositions. These stories, passed down through generations of musicians and music lovers, remind us that Brahms was more than just a name in a textbook, more than just a collection of great works. He was a living, breathing human being with his own quirks, his own passions, his own struggles, and it is this humanity, this willingness to embrace the full spectrum of human experience that continues to resonate in his music. When we listen to Brahms today, we hear echoes of his laughter, his tears, his moments of quiet contemplation, his bursts of creative energy. We hear the echoes of his friendships, his loves, his losses, his triumphs, and his failures. In short, we hear the echoes of a life lived fully and honestly, a life dedicated to the pursuit of beauty and truth through the transformative power of music. And it is this legacy, this enduring reminder of our shared humanity, that makes Johannes Brahms' music as relevant and as deeply moving today as it was over a century ago. An enduring legacy. Johannes Brahms, the Stoic composer from Hamburg, left an indelible mark on the world of music. His life, a tapestry woven from humble beginnings, unwavering dedication, and a profound respect for his craft, culminated in a body of work that continues to resonate with audiences over a century after his passing. He was a master of form and structure, a weaver of intricate harmonies and soaring melodies that captured the full spectrum of human emotion. Brahms's legacy is not confined to the concert halls and conservatories where his music is studied and performed. His influence can be felt in the works of countless composers who followed in his footsteps, from the grand orchestral canvases of Gustav Mahler to the intimate chamber works of Dmitri Shostakovich. His melodies, infused with a timeless quality, have transcended the realm of classical music, finding their way into popular songs, film scores, and the hearts of music lovers worldwide. His was a music born of discipline, forged in the fires of self-critique and a relentless pursuit of excellence. He labored tirelessly over his compositions, revising, refining, and polishing each note until it met his exacting standards. He shied away from the limelight, preferring the quiet satisfaction of a well-crafted phrase to the fleeting adulation of the masses. Yet, for all his reserve and meticulousness, Brahms's music pulsates with life. His symphonies surge with a raw power and emotional depth that belies their formal structures. His chamber works, intimate dialogues between instruments, reveal a composer equally adept at expressing tenderness and vulnerability. And his vocal music, from the soaring heights of the German Requiem to the hushed intimacy of his Lieder, captures the full range of the human experience. Brahms's echo through time. Brahms's impact on the world of music extends far beyond his own compositions. He was a champion of musical tradition, a staunch advocate for the works of the great composers who came before him. He edited and conducted the music of Bach, Beethoven, and Schumann, ensuring that their legacies would continue to inspire generations to come. He was also a generous mentor to younger composers, offering guidance, encouragement, and sometimes brutally honest criticism. He recognized talent when he saw it, even when it manifested in styles different from his own. He corresponded with Antonin Dvorak, offering advice and support as the younger Czech composer navigated the complexities of the European music scene. Brahms's influence can be seen in the way we think about music today. He elevated the status of absolute music, arguing that music could be profoundly moving and meaningful without relying on extra musical narratives or programmatic elements. He believed in the power of music to speak directly to the soul, to evoke a universe of emotions without the need for words or images. His emphasis on form and structure, his meticulous attention to detail, helped to shape the development of musical analysis and criticism. His scores, meticulously crafted and often accompanied by detailed performance indications, became objects of study for generations of musicians and scholars eager to unlock the secrets of his genius. And yet, for all the analysis and interpretation, Brahms's music retains an element of mystery, an elusive quality that defies easy categorization. It is a music that rewards repeated listening, revealing new layers of meaning and emotional depth with each encounter. It is a music that speaks to something profound within us, something that transcends time, language, and cultural boundaries. A timeless voice in the Symphony of Humanity. In the Symphony of Human Experience, Johannes Brahms's music occupies a unique and enduring place. It is a voice that speaks to us across the chasm of time, reminding us of the power of art to console, to challenge, and to inspire. His music is a testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit, its ability to find beauty and meaning even in the face of adversity. When we listen to Brahms, we are reminded that we are not alone in our joys and sorrows, our hopes and fears. His music gives voice to the full spectrum of human emotions, from the depths of despair to the heights of ecstasy. It is a music that embraces life in all its complexity and contradiction, finding solace in the knowledge that even in darkness, there is always the possibility of light. Brahms's legacy is not a static monument to be admired from afar. It is a living, breathing force that continues to shape the way we think about music and our place in the world. His music invites us to listen deeply, to engage with our own emotions, and to find solace and inspiration in the shared experience of being human. In the end, Johannes Brahms' greatest achievement may not be any single symphony, concerto, or chamber work. His true legacy lies in the enduring power of his music to touch the hearts and minds of listeners across generations, cultures, and continents. His is a timeless voice, a voice that will continue to resonate in the symphony of humanity for centuries to come.